What's up, YouTube? Darelle here, and we are back with another video. It is currently late. My children are asleep, and this is like the only time I had to record this video. Now, the audio in this video was messed up, so I had to do a voice recording over the actual trading video itself. So I'm just going to be breaking down my thought process while I was in this trade um, and the whole 9 yards, so y'all can kind of get an understanding of the mental game that really plays in your head when you're trading, and it's just a level of awareness that you have to have each and every day showing up in the market, and that awareness is going to get tested every single day. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So at this point, I'm on my phone. I'm not even looking. Prices obviously coming down, and I think when it get to like the middle, oh, this part right here. So right when it tapped into the zone, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me put my phone down. Let me get ready because I'm about to enter. Now, if you see what price is doing, it tapped the zone already and it wicked out. I didn't get in off the initial first wick because, as you can see, we're kind of pulling out of the gap. So I'm like, okay, let me look at the 15-minute. We got a 5 and a 15-minute gap right here. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. This white line that I have at the bottom is in the middle of a 5 and a 15-minute gap. If you look to the left, um, where this setup was thrown, that whole area right here from this white line is my invalidation zone. So if my entry where I got in hit this red zone, which technically would have been my stop loss, you're going to see me move it down in this video, and I'm just moving it to the bottom of this zone right here. That's it. That was the breathing room that I gave this trade because I was aware that I potentially was in early. So you're gonna see it come back into the gap, right? Well, the gap is already filled, but it's into the zone right now. And then I go back to the 5 minute, and then once it's deep in here like this, I'm like, okay, when we get another pull out of here, if it start to wick, I'm getting in the second it pull out the gap. And this is typically how I'm entering in. So boom, right there. You see that? Spot on entry. Now I didn't have to hold none of that drawdown. Um, and typically when it pulls out heavy. So this is kind of crazy right here. Watch this, bro. Remember, this is on a 50K account, so I only got $2,000 worth of drawdown on here. So price decides to, immediately flush through. And I'm like, yo, if I was in a sale, this would have been fire, but it's whatever. So you see me pulling my stop loss down. I'm not giving it my whole account. You got to understand, I'm only in on 5 micros. I'm risking half of the account because I know that if this zone gets invalidated, then I'll only be down half the account. I know I can go make that back. So if you look right here to the left, where I'm about to draw my stop loss to is right at the bottom of this 5 minute zone that I'm telling you about. So this white line, price had already reacted and buyers stepped up in this area. So I'm like, okay, cool. This 8 o'clock candle, this is the volume from the 8 o'clock candle. It's coming down. All they're doing is sweeping a previous low inside the zone. So boom, price stops. Now look at this. I'm down. You see where I'm drawing this? That is my validation, 28 points. I don't give it no more than that on this trade. I'm like, okay, if we come take that out, I'm just completely wrong. But when you're learning about auction market theory, buyers and sellers are agreeing that they don't want to do business in this area down here. So you can see sellers sold to this area, but no participants was willing to push price further down. Some sellers were still in, but buyers agreed that, hey, this was a level where we reacted from the first time, and we agree. So let's pull out of this area. So I'm in drawdown right now. I'm sitting in negative $700 drawdown. The most I've seen on this trade was like 1,000, right? So now I'm hovering over the mouse because I'm like, the second we invalidate this zone, I'm out of here. I'm closing this candle. I'm closing this trade. And then I'm just absolutely wrong. We already got a reaction out of here, so we're probably not going to get another one. And then I'm watching as prices move, and I'm like, okay, this wick is substantial right here. And it's only substantial because we swept a previous 1 hour candle low. That's currently where price is at right now. All that is a liquidity grab. So when I see buyers start to step up again, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to add in. I don't add in too heavy because I know I'm only risking 1,000 on this trade. Well, pretty much my stop loss, which is 28 points. And I'm like, okay, cool. If I add down here, I can bring my price down a little bit. And then now I don't need the full move from my initial entry. So I add one contract, and then as price goes down, I add a second one. And now that brings my average price lower. So then when I move my position bracket down, now my 10 points from my price, from my entry now, you get what I'm saying? Then it's going to be $700. So this was the only drawdown I saw on this trade. And then as you can see, price is about to start pulling out of here. And when I see that pretty much sellers get exhausted, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see how much buyers want to actually go. So we get to the point where we're approaching my break even. And now after sitting in the $1,000 drawdown, what's the first thing anybody's going to do when we get some follow through back into profit? We start to trail. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trailing the whole trade. I'm just bringing my stop loss to break even because this is the part of the mental game that I was telling you where it's just like, yo, sitting through this drawdown, bro, would have made anybody close the trade. You would have been trying to figure out like, yo, I just got stopped out and then price went in my favor. No, bro, you didn't give the trade enough breathing room. Open up the stop loss a little bit. Lower the position size. You see, I didn't add into this trade until price went against me. Does this happen every single day? No. But you got to take a chance on it when you see it. I've seen this before. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, we're throwing a gap coming out of here now. Where my break even is the beginning of a gap being thrown. The only way I know that this is truly going to hit TP, which you can see, I was going for 20 points, but I didn't need all the 20 points in this trade. I'm like, okay, we just broke a low. Don't forget, this low that just came down here, it threw a supply. So now I'm not trying to take out this high that it threw before it came down here. This is a full supply and demand setup. So because I see that we threw a supply, I'm like, okay, we threw a supply, we came down here. I'm add against me. Where I'm closing this trade is where the supply is about to get filled in. And then price is going to continue to the downside. Eventually, that was my thesis. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can go for 10 points. I'm in on 7 micros. I didn't get on 7 immediately. I should have really went 3, but this day I just hopped in on 5. I held the drawdown. I added against me, followed my rules. I'm talking about stress-free on this trade. Now, because of the supply that was thrown, I don't want to see no gaps get filled. That's it. You see how I'm pointing in this area? I'm saying like we got gaps sitting in this area. Price could come fill it, but if I'm correct, we should not come fill in any gaps because we already handled our business down there and we're in a downtrend. So why would they come if they have no buying power? If they leave gaps, that means they're coming back to this area. But if they don't leave any gaps, price is just going to continue to the upside. So I'm at this point of the trade where I'm like, okay, we going break even. Set through this drawdown, added against me, got a good position. You see my entry is lower than the original entry that I had in. And now we just coasting the TP, bro. And that was it for the most part in this trade, bro. I mean, the rest was history. I was just at the point where I'm like, okay, TP gonna get hit. I'm confident. We got all bullish candles coming out this area. Price is pushing higher. And you get what I'm saying? We just at a position where I'm like, yo, we're going to catch a win on this day. It was easy. It was some drawdown. Obviously, it was a big candle that, like I said, would have stopped anybody out. But after doing this for so long, it's like, bro, like you start to see this stuff happen over and over. Sometimes they just want to go blast all the way down. I took a chance on it and it worked. I'm not saying it works every day, but oftentimes I've seen that when a new hour candle opens, a low or high will get swept. Typically it's a low. And if it's at 9 a.m., if 9 a.m. opens and they're close to the wick or the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle, guess what's happening? They're most likely going to come out and sweep the low of the 8 a.m. candle and then go handle their business to the upside. So just be aware of that, man. While you trading, I mean, look at me. At this point, you already know I got to make content for the gram, so I'm just recording for Instagram, letting everybody know that hey, I'm about to make 700 on this trade today. And as you can see, like I don't pull out my phone, bro. I deal with trading first because I'm always a trader first. I pull out my phone after we floating in profit or after my day is done. If I'm almost about to hit TP, then I'll record. I'm not about to be on here trying to record myself think critically on the charts, bro. Like it take way too much work. You get what I'm saying? And I think some people could get caught up in that. So for me, that phone gotta wait. Everybody else gotta wait, bro. This is a part of locking in on yourself that a lot of people don't never fully tap into because they want to provide results for everybody else. They want to show everybody else what they could do. But you come first, bro. You get what I'm saying? So you see me this whole trade, bro. I'm sitting in drawdown, $1,000 drawdown on a 2K account. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's doing that. And I'm not saying that it's the proper risk management, but I know my edge when it comes to trading, bro. So all I'm saying is we got to focus. You get what I'm saying? Put yourself first, bro. Figure the skill set out, then turn on the camera. And that's what I do every single day. You only hear about an update of my trading day after the fact. You get what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, man, I just wanted to leave y'all with that. I don't really have too much left on this video. I mean, I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit, and y'all gonna see price just floated its way up to TP. And on the second day of this account, bro, I made $700. Right now, it is Thursday the 9th. Tomorrow's the 10th. And I got 2 more days before I get a payout on this account. So I'm just showing y'all, bro, this stuff is possible, man. So another thing too, you can see no gaps is getting filled. Price is not tapping into no gaps. They have somewhere to go. Where do they want to go? They through a supply. So when you understand other strategies, and I typically only go off of supply and demand. If I see a flag forming, simple stuff like that, bro, that you can see on the charts every single day. You can start to read price like a book, you feel me? And I know I'm not trying to hold this past this supply, bro. We just had a break of structure, came back up, we tapped the supply there, and we're on the downtrend. So it's a good chance that price wants to go drop. And honestly, it did after this. Like it respected the supply, bro. Never took a high out. And that thing dropped and broke the lower day. So at this point, I'm up $700. I'm like, okay, we need a little bit more follow through because I wanted to fill in the whole gap. But I was like, I'm not going to be at $700 and come all the way back down to 5. So once I seen that the candle was printed above my TP, I trailed it right there up. And then guess what? It took me out the trade. So that's all I got on this video, man. I think at this point, I was just showing my profits. You get what I'm saying for this account. And yeah, bro, it was just a fire trade, man. Sometimes I say the drawdown. Is it unnecessary? Sometimes, yes, because I'd be a little bit too antsy, but that's a part of being a professional, bro. Like, we still got to practice. We still got to show up every day. Someday I might be a little too lax. I might be too antsy one day. Like, literally, the beginning of this month, bro, all my entries been off. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just settling in now. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of this month, bro. So that's all I got on this video, man. I hope y'all learned something valuable from here, from this video. And if you got any questions, you already know, I upload on Instagram. I might be opening the Discord back up. But definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. And until next time, be great.